All right, so I got another reaction coming at y'all real quick, man. Saw this couple days ago. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even finished watching the clip because I wanted to react to it. So we just gonna get straight into it, man.
Man 35 and up that just have sex with random women has no direction in life. Is that true? How do you guys feel about that?
I can't really say that I agree with that. I think some men are like kind of booed up younger, and
Let me stop it before Siobhan get into her stuff. Like, it ain't very often where she says some good stuff. If you 35 and up and you just bouncing around from woman to woman, you don't have no direction. Cause let's be real. Let's be real. When you get old, that shit shouldn't even be cool no more. It like when you really think about it, it was never cool to begin with. So for you to be 35 and up, when they supposed to say you supposed to become a real man, right? They say you supposed to become, you ain't even really who you supposed to be till you 35 and up. If you still bouncing around from woman to woman to woman, you aimless, bro. You have no direction. Let's be real. Let's be real. I don't know what the hell Siobhan about to say, but let's get into
it. They're booed up younger, and they find out later on that they want to just explore. Same for women. Like, there's some women that are in relationships younger and then want to just do random stuff. Seriously. I mean, there are really people like that, but it is nasty, like, the older you get. You see what I'm saying? But
nigga, 35 ain't old. What is you talking about?
No, I'm not saying that that's old. I'm just saying it's just, you're not young anymore. Like, at 35, at 30, 35, you should be looking to want to be married, like, together, like the union.
Yeah, let me get this, Kyle. Let me get this.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. All
right. So you gotta understand.
They about to get you, girl.
Nah, men don't even begin life until 35. In a lot of cases, we don't even become who we're supposed to be mentally, physically. Like, that's when we hit our stride. You know, because there's different stages. You know what I mean? Like, when you're
I want to stop it right there, because statements like that is to me, it give people a license to not mature. And that bothers me. Let's go into the Bible right quick. Let's go into the Bible right quick. This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And why do I go here? Because it show you right there, like, when they say men don't really get to what they're supposed to be until 35 years old, it's because they're not being trained as they age. They're not being trained as a youth to be who they supposed to be. I hate when I hear people say this, because it shows you that you're not teaching the young men what they supposed to be knowing. You're not teaching it to them. You're not teaching them that they supposed to be doing A, B, and C early on to establish yourself. I don't get it, man. I do not get it. I actually want to get something else real quick. This is Susanna chapter 1 and verse 44. And the Lord heard her voice. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel. And why do I go here? You supposed to still be trying to elevate and have some mentals about yourself. I'm gonna read it again. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel. Yes, this Daniel from the book of Daniel. Even as a young man, he was seen to have wisdom. When you keep on reading in this chapter, it was showed that the older men even came to him and was like, okay, what you think about this? What did you see that we missed? Because even as a child, you still supposed to be getting groomed to have some wisdom. You still supposed to be groomed to have some knowledge. So you being young is not an excuse. It's not. It's really not. So I really don't like when men get into this bag. You supposed to be like this is one of the things that I always had an issue with when I hear the older generations getting on to the younger generations. It was like, nigga, it was y'all job to teach us. So it's like, how can you get into this bag talking about what we don't do or what we don't know when it was your job to teach it to us? Imagine me growing up. Imagine watching my son grow up. He 15, 16, 17, and me getting on him about what he know and what he don't do. That was my job to teach it to him. It don't make sense. Going back. Stop letting these young men get off with this bullshit. That jumping from woman to woman thing, that's never cool. Period. You can't treat the sisters like hoes, then later on in life, you want a good girl. You can't, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So you supposed to be starting your life early. Period. You supposed to be thinking like a damn adult. 18, 19, 20, you supposed to see the world for what it really is. You shouldn't be in this la-la land of, let me just do whatever I want to, then later on, I'm gonna get my life together. That ain't how it works.
Just getting out of high school, your purpose in life is one thing. The stuff that brings you confidence, the stuff that builds you up is one thing. Then another 10 years, you get to, 28. You have a whole different set of morals, principles, different things build your confidence. You hit 35, you might have family, and your confidence is built on how you provide for your family. If you happen to still be single, which most men, at that age, we're just figuring it out. So we're not trying to settle down, from 35 to, I say, maybe 42. You are just figuring it out, and then people want to come and put the cuffs on you. It's like, what? Yo, I just became me, or became who I'm supposed to be, and you want to run through and slap the cuffs on me after you done lived all this life from 17 to 35. You done had all the fun in the world, and you about to come take that away from me? That's how most men feel.
And that shows you just how messed up we are as a culture. That shows you just how messed up we are as a culture. It go back to, I think it was Bolo TV on the show, and he was talking to Kay, and he was saying too much liberty or too much freedom can cause you to err. Like you start doing things that's detrimental to the community because you have the freedom to do that.
So when you have E Black saying, women they do this and they do that, come on, man. This is why we have the problem. This is why we have the problem. Freedom in America makes us more slaves. It makes us more slaves. When you look at these third world countries that are into what their so-called religion is, they don't have the freedoms we have here, and their society runs a whole lot better. Do they have issues? Yes, they do. But when you start dealing with the situations that we have here, when you're too free, there's too many decisions you can make, man, and that right there is a problem.
Well, in other societies, they frown upon certain, certain characteristics in a person where it's like, you're not allowed to just do that shit without some type of consequences. In America, you free to just live your life the way you want to from 17 to 35. You can have sex with men and women when you want to. You can just, mistreat people. You can just, you don't have to be a good person. You don't have to be a good person in America. Then when you get to a certain age and you start, okay, life a little bit more serious now. Let me buckle down and be serious about life. No, you're supposed to be serious about life from the go, from out the gate. You're supposed to be serious about life. So it's crazy to me when you hear these type of statements. Well, how are the men telling the women that y'all need to get married early? Don't be out here bumping and grinding, getting kids, then wait until you 30, 35 to get married, when that's the same shit the men are doing. Because if they at a certain age, right? Shouldn't they? Most women, they like the brothers probably just a little bit older than them and down. So if the brothers wait until they 35 to get married, that's a lot of women not getting married because niggas is not trying to do their job. Let's be real. And let alone the women that's trying to get married to the brothers that around their same age and probably 1 or 2 years older. If that's the thought process, y'all having sex with them sisters that's supposed to be getting married. That's one of the reasons, that's one of the things I don't like about the red pill. That shit don't go together. That don't make sense. It show you the fallacies in the errors of the thought processes amongst our men and women. It show you it's crazy.
We still out here. And yes, you got to be selective at this age, because at this age, bad decisions hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Like, who you pick, who you sleep with, that shit hurts a lot more at 35 than it does at 21. You know, you could deal with a crazy woman and lawsuits and cases. At 35, that shit that shit gonna hurt.
I tell you, like, the older we are as men, the more logical we get, right? The more deliberate we get when it comes to finding our mates and things of that nature, right? So I should be out there sleeping around and fucking off. Who cares until 35, right? Because let's say at 36, 37, 38, 39, like, my mind is, yeah, no, I'm ready now. I know how to vet a woman at this point. I've done all the dumb shit. I done fucked them all, right?
I can't, bro. I can't let that shit go. Cause this the thought process behind the women and the men. You know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck them all, right? You just gonna do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to really think about the mindset of this shit, because we, as a culture, right? We tell the men, oh, you don't start your life to 35. But let's just say, right? As a man, you start your sexual experiences at 17 years old. Let's just say you had sex with 2 women a year till you 35. That's too many fucking women, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking people, bro. And in that same bag, right? You will tell a woman her body count is too crazy. What do you mean? When everybody's just out here doing whatever they want to do. I don't get that shit. It's on the one hand, you want to have sex with everybody. You don't want to settle down till you 35. But let you got 40, 50, 60 sexual partners. That's 60 fucking women you'd added a body count to. I don't get it. We gone in the mind, man. We gone. This is the problem. You're not forced to mature. You're not forced to mature. At the end of the day, back in the day, you was not just finna have sex with no man, daughter. Talking about I'm just living my life. It was called a shotgun wedding. Either you finna marry my daughter or I'm blowing your shit off. And that's how it had to be. Because why should I let you slut my daughter out? Why should I allow you to make my daughter a whore? Let's read it. This Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Why did I read this? Because we just casually say that shit like it's okay. From 17 to 35, I was fucking them all. I was just doing what I want to. You making the sisters whores, bro. Let's get some more. And we wonder why our communities look the way they look, man. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. Now, why did I get this? Because in our community, most of our brothers and sisters, they have the license to do that because there's no rules. There's no rules. Ain't no checks and balances. The parents ain't got nothing to do with once the kid hit 18. Shit, let's really be honest. When they hit 16 and up, the kid get to do whatever they want to do. You should not be allowed to just do that. Period. You should not just be allowed to just have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. Let me read it again. He said, do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Why? Because you give your daughter too much liberty, she gonna be having sex with brothers that she find attractive. Let's be real. Instead of trying to start your life with somebody and y'all build together, instead you gonna allow your daughter to attach herself to all these different men. And you wonder why when she's 35 and the shit just don't click. Let's be honest. The longer that you be around somebody, y'all start to build a stronger bond. So if you keep on creating bonds and breaking them, you can't. That foundation is cracked. Period. That ain't stable. How do you, after 20 years of being unstable, you think you just want up and be stable out of nowhere? That shit don't go together. It don't. And we as people, we stay doing this. We talk about sex like it's not that big of a deal. It's a huge deal. Like he said, you don't want to cracking down on your life until you're 35. But what about the brother who was sexually immoral at 21 and caught a disease and died? What about the brother who you was sleeping with the wrong woman? She got you up into some bullshit. Now you in prison for life because you had to defend yourself and they didn't see it as self-defense. What about the brother who got caught up with a woman that was crazy because, oh, she got a fat ass, but you didn't even check to see if she had good character and she She done did something to you in your sleep. We don't think about this type of stuff. Life is too serious for us to be playing with our lives for 15, 16, 17 years. Then, I'm going to go ahead and be serious and get my life together. It don't work like that, man. Nah, man. This don't. And I'm probably younger than most people on this panel. But maybe somebody going to say something with some sense.
Really find the right one, the right woman that I want to be with, where I don't have to worry about all these additional problems and things of that nature, right?
Real quick, while he's saying that, your parents are supposed to do that. Because when you young like that, your parents see a lot more of the bullshit before you do. So it was your parents' job. That was our culture. That was our culture for your parents to pick your spouse. Let's be real. When you young like that, let's just go with the flow of the conversation. They saying that you're immature. So why is an immature person allowed to make a decision that can alter their life, like sexual partners? Why are you given the keys to make those decisions? Okay.
Okay, I think it's okay for men to wait until 35, 40 years old to go and find who they want to spend the rest of their life with. Now, you women, on the other hand, ladies, no offense, y'all don't have that luxury. Okay, y'all don't. Siobhan, I hope you don't think you do, but you do not, right? Because y'all will age. Some of y'all gonna age like wine. You gonna age. You may age a little gracefully. Some of y'all niggas gonna age like bananas, okay? And you gonna age with the quickness, okay? I hate to be like that, but I'm just keeping it a buck.
Not bananas.
Go ahead, Kelly.
So I guess, what did you say?
Whoa.
Go ahead, Kelly. Go ahead.
So I guess my concern is, why do men feel like that's okay? Because you have a penis, you can just stick it in anything. And then when you're ready, I'm going to settle down with a good girl who hasn't done anything. But I've been thotting and bopping since I've been 17. Now that I'm 35, 20 years later, and I've stuck my penis in everything and everyone, and I have community penis, now I want to settle down with a good girl who's still a virgin.
Well, hold on. I want to hear Jay's response. I want to hear Jay's response to that.
Hold on, was she asking me though, wasn't she?
I'm asking in general. You know, we got.
That's a good ass question for the sister.
I don't think Jay is married.
That's a great question for the sister, because it don't, like, you got to really think about the mindset of that. You really got to think about the mindset of that. As a man, I can just slay as many chicks as I want to, but when it's time for me to get married, I want a woman that's more pure than me. That don't make sense. The scriptures tell you that you're gonna get who you are. Period. Whatever you are, like if you a whore like that, if you a whoremonger like that, stop it, fam. Stop it, man. You might as well just go ahead and marry one of them hoes that you've been dealing with. Don't try to get a good girl now that you 35 and you done smashed 100 chicks. That don't make sense. Cause let's be real. When you got that much experience sexually, you gonna get bored with your wife, bro. Period. Period. Because she's not gonna do certain stuff as good as one of them other hoes. She's a professional whore, but you want your wife to do that, and she ain't got as much experience as them girls that you was dealing with. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Hopefully they got a good answer to this question, because that was a good question from the sister.
With children, so I imagine he's the man that people are talking about in this particular topic, where he's a, all
right,
maybe
Jay, I'll let you-
around or older than 35, no
Hey, Jay, I'll let you-
responsibilities like that.
I'll let you have
Nah,
it,
you
Jay,
got it.
but there was a time before I was married where I was definitely thotting and bobbing around. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Jay.
Wait, hold on. So you think that? Say that one more time, Kelly, because you were saying that we
No,
wait
like
till
for
we're-
example, I know a particular gentleman, and by the time he was 19, he already had like 120 bodies, and he wanted to marry a virgin, and right now he's 33, right? So he feels like, okay, now I'm ready to settle down, and this was when he was 19. So obviously, there's so many years and so many other women. It's probably up in the 1,000 club at this point. But now that you're ready to settle down, you want to settle down with a good girl and possibly give her all the things you've collected with your community penis over the years.
Yes.
Like, I don't know
Yes.
why that's okay.
But
In
let
a
me,
man's
let me,
life.
Numbers.
But
The
real
numbers
quick.
alone.
but real
suggest it.
quick, you saying 120 body? You speaking about a superhero? You know what I'm saying? Like these are outliers. Yo, that's a captain of the football team, basketball team. The average man is not doing that. I'm just being
Also, can we please stop like giving accolades and making it sound like a cool thing? Like he's a superhero. He's the captain of the football team. He's a whoremonger, bro. He's a whoremonger, bro. Can we not put that? Can we not put this kind of reverence on a nigga that ain't got no self-control? Let's go into the Bible right quick. Cause at the end, you ain't got no self-control, bro. That's disgusting. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. Now, let's get into the example that the sister gave, right? She said by the time he was 19, he had 120 bodies. Now, obviously, I don't believe that the brother was getting around like that. But if you getting around like that, and by the time you was 19, you was already in the triple digits. By the time you 33, let's be real. Your judgment from God could be the fact that you never be able to connect with a person on a real level. The human existence is based around your connections with other people. The scriptures tell you it's not good for a man to be alone. You need that companionship. You need that person to bounce ideas off of. You need that person that when shit going wrong, you say, hey, are we gonna be okay? Your judgment could be that, right? Your judgment as a man could be to die alone. We don't look at it like that. You know how much mental anguish you finna go through just because you messed yourself up by doing too much. This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. He said marriage is honorable in all and the bed undefiled. So when you get married, whatever y'all want to do, y'all get as nasty as y'all want to. The bed is undefiled. Do what y'all do. But this is the flip side. He said, but whoremongers. So them brothers that don't want to get married, them brothers that just want to bounce from person to person to person, you want to just run through everybody. And adulterers, women that like to bounce around from man to man to man. He said, God will judge. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. But your ass gonna get God. And you don't know how your punishment might go. It is what it is. Stop putting reverence on this stupid shit. He's not a superhero. That nigga disgusting. Period.
120 bodies.
By the time he was 19.
Come on, fam. Like
At about
that's a
19,
superhero.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
That's an outlier.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like he is just different. The average man is not dealing with that. The average man is just finally hitting their stride in their 30s where they can operate with women, where they can see what they want and go get it. You know, most of your life stuff is kind of just falling in your lap or not falling in your lap. You know, everybody has that story where no man really, the average man is not getting what they want. They're getting what they're have the ability
What's
to
available
get.
to them.
What's available based on their status. You know what I mean? You don't really, some people get lucky. Once upon a time you may get lucky and be flying a plane and you don't got no damn license, you know, which is a woman that's way above your caliber, and you enjoy it, but you go right back to where you came from. Nigga, you don't belong here flying planes. Like, this is a top notch. You got lucky. Go back
You got
to
a
where you
CDL
belong.
license.
Right. Right. So the average man
Well,
is
let me
not
say this.
operating how you
Additionally-
explain.
Let me say
Additionally to
this.
Kelly's question, Kelly, the sheer numbers suggest that we are able to go out there and do all those things, and yes, still want the best out there in the world. Yes, numbers suggest that. I know it may sound like a double standard, and y'all may not like it, but the numbers alone.
No, it doesn't sound like a double standard. It definitely is.
Okay,
a double
sure.
standard.
No, I agree it is.
But my question
It
is,
is.
like,
the numbers
regardless
suggest
of
it don't
double
matter.
standard, regardless of those, I want to know mentally why guys feel like that's okay.
What can I
Because
say?
we
that-
can.
Two things.
We the
Yeah,
prize,
two things.
Kelly.
Because we
Two
We the
things.
prize.
I just want to say two things. First of all, Quest. First, my dad's an Air Force veteran. My son's father's an Army veteran. I heard the stories. Y'all were getting it in. So we
Listen.
Quest, I believe you. Prior to marriage, y'all be getting it in the barracks. But secondly, because I'm not a woman, I don't have a dog in this fight. However, in another lifetime, I worked in the dental field for 15 years. A doctor I worked for, a white doctor, he literally said he waited till he was 42 to get married. He's married with at the time, 3 young kids, a white doctor, because he wanted to screw everything. He was med school, dental school, and he literally said he waited until he got that all out his system before he got married and have kids. So that's just what I've witnessed.
Agreed. So that's what I did, right? I just happened to get it out my system a little earlier than 35, but like I also was going at a higher rate. My volume was significantly higher than average men. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and say I was one of them superheroes at what Jay is saying, but clearly I got it all out of my system by like 29, right? But there's some dudes that can't get it all done in 29 and they go all the way to their 35. I personally don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And yes.
I'm gonna stop the clip right here because I've been going kind of long on this clip. Whew, man, like I don't like, honestly, I feel like the way the black community going, I don't think a lot of really understand how bad the sexual immorality has destroyed our community. I really don't think we understand just how much the freedom to have sex with whoever you want to has destroyed our communities, man. Period. I don't give a damn how you slice that shit. When in the community, we gave people the license to say, I want to have sex with this person, but I don't want to be with this person. Our communities went downhill fast. Fast. This was not our culture, period. It don't make sense. I don't care how you slice that shit. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn double standards. If you a man and you been having sex with a bunch of women, for you in your mind to say that you want a pure woman to marry, you, sir, are an idiot. You're an idiot. And because there's always somebody that's going to be like, well, I did it. I hate when people do that shit. That shit is not gonna happen for everybody. So you trying to make it sound cool. But the other brothers are being destroyed by the shit. You got away scot-free. You ain't got your punishment yet. But the other brothers is not going, they might not get judged on that time frame that you got judged, or you gonna get judged. Other brothers are destroying their lives off this stupid shit. It is what it is. But hey, as for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord. It is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.